Hey, what's up, YouTube? Utah AR-15 here. Watching a video yesterday by J0, and talking about how he bugged out. And he also, in another video, he was talking about when you're talking about prepping, you have to decide, A, if you're going to bug in or you're going to bug out. Then also, watching a video by Yankee Prepper, talking basically about the same thing. And I just basically wanted to put out my thoughts on it. Not everybody, I'll say probably less than 1% of us, is actually going to have a bug out property, a bug out location. You know, everyone's not going to be like Brooklyn Prepper and have a retreat location. I know before my own SHTS situation, I was thinking about it. I was looking into it. But it just wasn't feasible. Most people can't afford to mortgage payments. Most of us wouldn't know how to build our own property. You know, I got a few things in mind still. You know, maybe I'll talk about that later, but I'm not going out of here. It's just common sense. You know, Yankee Prepper, I don't know if his videos are still up, but he talked about the triangle: shelter, food and water, and security. And you need all three of them for your triangle. I know I talked about this in an earlier video. So my thoughts are, you need to take where you live, whether you live in the suburbs, whether you live in the country, whether you live in a city, apartment, a condo, a house, or whatever, and you need to get your affairs in order, so to speak. There is safety in numbers, so you need to talk to friends, relatives, neighbors, mostly neighbors, and try to find people with the same mindset. And you need to prepare for where you live. Because I know myself personally, I don't have anywhere to go. Not for a permanent location. Now, yes, I do have friends, north, south, that I could go to a different state or even farther away from my own state. You know, if it's kind of a local SHTF, like, you know, a big chemical spill or fires, okay, yeah, I have some place to go. I can go crash with family. But typically, if the depression hits, recession, an EMP, solar flare, whatever, we all need to basically figure out a way that we can stay where we're at for the most part. Because if you leave the comfort of your home, if you try to bug out and go someplace else, you're going to be out there with all the crazy people, with the zombies, so to speak. And so, you know, I'm kind of like J0. My idea of zombies are not the Walking Dead. It's the people that think the government, the church, FEMA, whoever, is going to take care of you if the shit ever does hit the fan. Come on, man. They ain't going to do anything for you. Did they take care of you now? I mean, doesn't Obama basically just write a check for everything? So, hey, you know, where's my money? Well, we know that ain't going to happen. There's going to be no help from the government. There's going to be nothing if the shit ever does hit the fan. We go into depression. I don't care how much money you got in the bank, it ain't going to be worth anything. my point of view is, this is just my opinion, I'm not an expert, everybody needs to basically take care of themselves and their family. I'm not saying you basically blow off anyone and everybody, but I'm not in the situation where I can store food for my neighbors. So I'm worried about my wife, my 2 daughters, and my mom, my cousin, the only family I have here. And my mom and my cousin, they live together. My cousin lives with my mom. My dad died about 5 years ago. They're about 7 miles away. So, you know, having to get somebody there, especially the EMT, where nothing's going to work, that's a haul. And there's no way my mom could make it. I thought a lot about this. Talking to a good friend a few weekends ago, and a buddy of his is over there that I really didn't know. I've seen him a couple times, that's it, and he said, well, my attitude is I'm just going to take my 30-30, go up in the hills, I'll get deer, I'll have plenty of food, I'll go down, break in the supermarket. I know a lot of people have that attitude. But then a buddy of mine brought up, which I never really thought about it before. He said you'd be better off with a 22 caliber pellet gun going out to the city dump shooting rats. Because anybody that knows how to hunt, I'm not one of them, is going to get the deer, the antelope, the elk, you know, whatever game you have in your area, they're going to get them first. Like, I know a place where there's hundreds of antelope running wild. But if I know about it, how many other people? 1,000, 10,000, 20,000? I don't know. What I'm getting at, wild game is going to dry up quick. So if you do hunt, my suggestion is get your permits, get your license, harvest the animal, learn how to can meat, dehydrate it, and get it now before the shit hits the fan. Because after so, yeah, you're gonna be going after, you know, the occasional bird, the neighbor's cat, a dog. But it's gonna be like everybody said, it's gonna be rats at the city dump. That's what's gonna be there. Something, you know, something to think about. Not something that you want to exactly look forward to, but it's gonna happen. But I've made my decision that if the time comes, I'm bugging in. I got a very screwed up knee. I'm able to walk a long distance. If I don't have a car, how far am I going to make it? A couple miles a day? 5 miles a day? Maybe it'll be tested. I hope not, but maybe it will. I also recommend bicycles. You know, you can go to a local thrift store. I know about here in Utah. You can pick up a beat up, ran down bike at a local thrift store for 10 or 15 bucks. Maybe you put 15 bucks into it, you got a usable bike. Well, it runs on your power. That's my plans. I would like to know, and I'm doing a little research, but I don't know how old of a motorcycle would you have to get. I mean, I'm sure the stuff out there now, my motorcycle, 98 Sportster. I'll make a video about that and how I acquired it later. More than likely, the EMP hits, it ain't gonna run. What about a 74 Honda or something, you know, how's that going to run? Or, you know, a 66 Harley Davidson or anything, you know, an older bike. How far do you have to go back with the vehicle, period, for it to run with the EMP proof? Anyway, like I said, I'm going to bug in. I think everyone needs to do a lot of soul searching on this. And if you're like Brooklyn Prepper, go Yankees, and you have a retreat property, then you're good to go. But if you're like Utah AR-15, I know Low Buck Preppers talked about it. They don't have that. I know Low Buck has got the motorhome he bought. Yeah, check out his videos, you'll see it. But where's he gonna go? You know, he says he has some ideas. You know, hey, that's cool. But this, as much as it is, for Utah AR-15 is gonna have to stay. Me and my family will have to make do. I'm trying to basically teach my children how to use a firearm, so if something happens, they can protect themselves. My oldest is a fairly decent shot, 10-15 yards. She's got a Coke can. Like I always figure, if we do have a collapse of any kind, and all of a sudden, you know, us preppers are cooking a bowl of rice, top ramen, you know, maybe you actually even got some deer barbecuing on the grill. All of a sudden your neighbors, hey, I smell food. You're going to get the rap at your door. And to start with, they're going to be nice about it. You know, you turn them away, those that's left is going to become the mob. And they're not going to ask so nicely the next time. So everybody has to do the soul searching and decide, do I have what it takes to shoot somebody over a bowl of rice? You know, I've thought about it a lot. Even through my 6 months of being unemployed, I didn't accept charity. Yes, I did get unemployment, but you know, I pay into it, so I'm just getting my money back. I didn't go to the church. I didn't go apply for welfare. I made it on my own. And the reason I'm pointing this out is everything I have, I worked for. I've earned. So, you know, it might be 20 cents worth of rice, 10 cents worth of rice, whatever. But if I give 10 cents to 100 people, not the money, it's the 100 bowls of rice that I've taken away from my family. So my opinion is, yeah, I think I could shoot somebody to protect my family. Matter of fact, I know I could. Anyway, some stuff to think about. Utah AR-15 is going to be bugging in. I'm going to be trying to make the best of the situation. I've got this big yard out here that was pretty much dead when I moved in. I'm hoping to get out here and get it tilled. Looking for someone with a tiller, because this is basically a third of an acre. And the house sits on the front, so I'm guessing this backyard is at least 0.2 acres. Is huge. I can imagine doing something like this by hand. But I want to get a garden in. Might be too late. A lot of people are predicting, you know, 12, 12, 12. Or, yeah, 12, 12, 12. What happened then? I don't know. I remember the Y2K scare. How many of you people watching these videos are old enough to remember the Y2K scare? And I work in computers. That's what I've done pretty much my whole life. That's all I know. and it was hype. Yeah, I think a computer going down is not what we're worried about. I think we're worried about an EMP, an economical collapse, something like that. But anyway, the point of this video was, I know I've rambled. As you know, I haven't got too many videos up. I'm not that great at making them yet. But in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, you should bug in. Fortify your homestead, your house, your apartment, whatever you own, wherever you live. Make it safe. You know, there's a lot of people out here a lot smarter than I am about this stuff. You know, I've watched so many videos. Sometimes, you know, they all blend together. And, you know, if I give someone credit for something that someone else did, you know, I apologize. I try to at least watch 10 different videos a day. Luckily, my work schedule's changed. I used to work basically a 9 to 5. Now I work 6:30 to 2:30. What's awesome about that is I get home earlier. I get time to do stuff before my wife comes home from work, and I can get stuff done. But anyway, I'm sure I've rambled long enough. I hope you take the time to watch this, you know. Subscribe if you want. I hope someone learned something, because I've learned something. Oh, one shout out. Viva for Freedom, I hope I pronounced it right. She basically stuck to me today, or maybe it was last night. I just noticed it today. She's got a new channel up. I'll put the link below. You got to really check this lady out. I know her old channel was awesome. I've watched a few of her videos of her new one. And anyway, they are 15 out.